All right, welcome back. So another announcement from the World of Outlaws today as they add another Rookie of the Year contender to their series in 2025. It is the sixth rookie, and it is the 14th confirmed driver for the Outlaw Tour next year. And of course, we are talking about 100% Hunter Schuerenberg, as he announced during the PRI week that he was back with Vermeer Motorsports after the team split up in 2023. They went a different direction. Schuerenberg has been bouncing from ride to ride, left and right. We've covered him plenty on this channel before, including going through a video where we looked at every single ride that he's been in over the last couple of years. But it looks like Schuerenberg is back in a comfortable place, a familiar place, and they appear to be in a good spot right now. And obviously a good enough spot to go on the Outlaw Tour. So pretty big news here today. And this, honestly, I mean, this changes the whole complexion of the Rookie of the Year battle. I would be willing to say that I think Schuerenberg and this team could be the new favorite to win the Rookie of the Year battle next year. They've been together for years in the past and won races and traveled up and down the coast, the East Coast. They haven't really been to the West Coast, but I think that Schuerenberg may be the guy now with this team. We saw them struggle last year as far as the team goes with Chris Windom behind the wheel. But I think with Schuerenberg getting back behind the wheel, he's a proven winner, and I think he could be the guy to challenge the likes of Cole Macedo, the likes of Garrett Williamson, Skylar G. So let's see how it goes. But for now, we'll talk more about it. Schuerenberg, 35-year-old driver from Sikeston, Missouri. And as we mentioned, he is driving that Vermeer Motorsports number 55. Last year, Schuerenberg ran a lot with the High Limit Racing Series, and he did it in a bunch of different race cars. He did it in the 2KS. He did it in the Hybreeder car. He did it in the Hayward car. But 15 starts, 15 A-main starts, that is, 21 appearances, so he did miss the show on 6 occasions. No wins, no top 5s, and 2 top 10s. His best run was a 6th place result at the Tri-City Raceway, Tri-City Speedway in Pontoon Beach, Illinois. That was a race that he actually started in 2nd. So he started on the front row, faded back to 6th, and that night he was driving that Hybreeder 19. With the Outlaws last year, he had 8 appearances, made the show 4 times. No wins, no top 5s, and no top 10s. Best run was a 15th place result at Eldora and at the Houston Speedway in South Dakota. Now, looking at the SprintCarRatings.com ranking for Hunter Schuerenberg, he has kind of slipped down their ranking system over the last couple of years. At one point in time, let me double check my notes over here. I'm pretty sure Hunter Schuerenberg at one point in time was like 23rd on the rating system at SprintCarRatings.com. I've got it right here. Yes, he was 23rd in 2022. So ever since then, he slipped back to 49th. And last year, he was 31st on their list as well. So a top 50 driver according to the SprintCarRatings.com ranking system. Now, I did want to mention this as well because we know this team has been together in the past. They've ran a ton of races together, including 2.5 seasons with the All-Star Circuit of Champions. They ran in 2021 together. They ran in 2022, and then Schuerenberg was let go about midway through the season in 2023 with the All-Stars. 112 A-main starts during those 2.5 years out of 120. So during that time, he did miss 8 shows along the way, but he did get 6 wins. He had 30 top 5s, 65 top 10s, and he led 223 laps during that time. He also finished 3rd in points in 2021 and 2022. His best average finish was a 10.8 during that time. So like I said, we've seen these guys win. We've seen them compete at high levels. We've seen Schuerenberg himself make the Knoxville Nationals main event. It was not with this car. It was with the Swindell Speed Lab car. But we have seen Hunter Schuerenberg compete at the highest levels and make the biggest shows and run well. And I think a lot of people, I don't know why, but a lot of people don't seem to like Hunter Schuerenberg for whatever reason because he's bounced from ride to ride. I'm not really sure why that's such a big deal. We saw a guy like named David Gravel used to do that early on in his career. I know it's not early in Schuerenberg's career. He's 35 years old, but there's been very good drivers that had a point in their career where they had to jumble around from different ride to ride. I am a big Hunter Schuerenberg fan, and so I wish this team luck next year. This is actually the first team to switch from High Limit to the World of Outlaws ever since the inception of High Limit Racing as a national tour. Chris Windom, the first driver to switch from High Limit to the Outlaws, but he went from this team to Jason Sides. This is actually the first team to go from High Limit to the Outlaws, and I would have to think that them finishing 15th in the point standings last year and kind of putting themselves far out of a charter position is what led to this decision. I know from talking with a crew member or two on this team that it did sound like they were going to go back to the high limit series this year. But then, it sounds like pretty recently they made the switch over to the Outlaws. And now the Outlaws have an incredible rookie class, one that is going to be captivating all the way throughout the year. And we'll see who is able to get that Kevin Gobrick Rookie of the Year honor. I was texting with Johnny Gibson earlier on today. I just said, hey, man, is this the most rookies we've ever seen for the Outlaws in one season? And he said, yes, I'm pretty sure that's correct. I think the other time that's close was maybe like 2001, 2002. But Johnny was going to get back to me on that. But right now, 6 rookies with a potential, I've been told, of maybe one more, but that one's an outside shot. And now, also, Schuerenberg becomes the 8th driver this year to make his national touring season debut. He joins the likes of Dason Pursley, Danny Sams, who else am I missing? Cole Macedo and Garrett Williamson, along with Skylar G. Who am I missing over here on my little whiteboard? We're also missing... Sorry, here we go. Zach Hampton, Cy Lynch, guys like that. So I got Reitzel over here in parentheses because he technically does not count. He did run with the Outlaws that one year with Roth Motorsports. But 8 new drivers joining a national tour this year, and there is potential for more of those to come. But that's a pretty damn good number after last season. So once again, it just goes to show the strength of 410 sprint car racing right now. Last year, Schuerenberg did get 4 410 sprint car wins to his credit. 3 of those coming at the Lake Ozark Speedway in Missouri, and the other one was with the Fast Series at the Paragon Speedway in Indiana. I think those 3 wins at Lake Ozark came with the Hybreeder car. The other one came with the Mike McGee car, the 11 machine. So Hunter Schuerenberg recently won 410 races, which is more than what a lot of guys that are running the Outlaws next year can say as far as the rookies go. Clinton Boyles, he is going to be the crew chief on the car, and Carson Perkins is the tire guy / the car chief. So last year, this team did have 3 guys working on the car. This year, they are going to run way more races and have 1 less crew guy. So we'll see how that all works out for them. But yeah, I wish good luck to this team. It does suck that they're not running the high limit series last year. It was a joy to have Clinton Boyles, Carson Perkins, as well as Chris Windham on the tour last year. But we wish them luck, and we hope to see them do well and have success with the World of Outlaws next year. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think Schuerenberg is now the guy to beat when it comes to the Outlaws as far as the Rookie of the Year battle goes? Do you think he's not? Do you think he gets a win next year? How do you think this team does in 2025? I want to hear all of your thoughts and more down in the comment section below. I actually have to go to a driving test right now. It's a long story. I don't want to get into it, but but my license expired in California. I now live in Ohio. I had to redo the entire driving test, so I'm heading over there. Hopefully I don't run any red lights or forget to hit the blinker and all that stuff so I can get my license back. So, yeah, I'm going to go do that. You guys have a great day out there. Hopefully you enjoy your weekend as well. Also wanted to mention that I hit a $1,200 parlay last night, $5 into $1,200. So it's been a pretty good day. Hopefully we can parlay that into the driving test. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. Make sure to hit subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit like, and we'll talk to you guys again here soon.